So I just got myself another 30 days in Hua Hin, Thailand. I cannot explain how much easier immigration is here than it was in Chiang Mai. So I figured we just make a little video. I've been here for just over a year now in Thailand, and I want to...
Hey white boy. Oh, you've been a long time here now, huh? Oh, welcome. Welcome, we like you. You stay however long you want to do it.
And I want to tell you how I did it the cheapest possible. My first 9 months were like... I have the numbers at home. We'll continue at home. I don't have a photographic memory. I'm not a turtle. Sea turtle. So before we get into the details about how to maximize your time in Thailand for the least amount of money, the cheapest way to do visa runs, which visa to buy, all that stuff, I just want to say that was so much easier than Chiang Mai. In Chiang Mai, to renew your visa and get an extra 30 days, it's called the visa extension, you gotta jump through some hurdles. You show up, there's like 500 people waiting. At least there's a couple different lines to separate the tourists from the old retirees, the 90-year-olds jitterbugging their way to another visa. It took 2 hours each time. Compare that to Hua Hin, or Hua Hin. You can't tell me how to say Hua Hin. Compared to Hua Hin, 11 minutes. 11 of the most comfortable minutes I've ever spent. I went up, there was nobody in line, nobody even there. You saw when I was leaving, there was like 2 whiteys that just showed up. So 11 minutes, I gave it to him, he filled out the form. Honestly, like, who's gonna fill out the form faster? Somebody who's done it 7 million times? Or whitey is like, what's that mean? The charter? What's a charter flight? I don't know, what? I came by boat. Welcome back. The silence. So relaxing. So I got all the numbers in front of me, and I'm gonna teach you how I stayed in Thailand for 9 months for $400 US. Those are all the visa fees I paid, and I don't think you can do it cheaper than that. This is like the cheapest way you can do it, least hassle. This is how you do it. So back in September 2017, I bought a multiple entry visa. This is the key to this whole shit. You gotta get a multiple entry visa. It was 200 Canadian dollars, which in baht, Thai baht is 49.15 baht. So this allows you a 6-month visa, but you have to leave the country still every 2 months. But there's a hack to get around that, we'll get to that. So you wanna get your visa a couple days before your flight, because it goes from the time you buy the visa, it's valid that day until 6 months after that. So make sure you book your flight, you gotta bring the ticket there, and then it takes 24 hours, so you can do it. Maybe leave an extra day just in case they're like, oh, we forgot to photocopy that. Sorry, come back tomorrow. It's like, I'll be in the air. Just always give yourself a couple days when it comes to this stuff. Your visa's running out on the 7th. Take your flight on like the 5th. Or something, maybe your flight gets delayed. Just be safe by a couple days here. So basically I showed up to Thailand September 23rd, and so I had 2 months from that point. September, October, November 23rd, I had to leave the country. Or you can extend that 2-month period an extra 30 days. This is actually more expensive, but it's not. You have 2 options with this multiple entry visa. You can either leave the country every 2 months and just cross the border and come back, and you'll have to do that 3 times in the 6 months. Or you extend the first 2 months and the next 2 months, and then you only have to leave twice. So it costs a little bit more money than that. So if you want to spend 10 hours on a bus one more time in that 6 months, go for it if you want, but I didn't want to do that trip 3 times in 6 months. So I extended my first 2 months an extra month for 2104 baht, because in Chiang Mai you got to buy the photocopies and passport photos. So 2104 baht, that gave me 3 months in Thailand. Then I had to leave the country. So I took a bus to the Mae Sai border, and the whole trip with tickets and the visa, everything included, was 860 baht. Very cheap. It's a 5-hour bus trip there and 5 hours back, so it takes you the whole day. The first time you do it, it is relaxing. It's a relaxing trip. You're driving the bus through the mountains. You got a window seat. Hopefully you're not next to a really big Thai guy that's eating potato chips the whole ride and sneezing on you and snoring. I had the guy, he was snoring. It's like, it's 1 p.m. Why are you snoring? You should be awake. So the first time you do the trip, it's a fun little adventure. You're riding through the mountains, you get to see a new country briefly, and all the things along the way. I was just fascinated by just the way people live. I was watching these like little shacks and like an underdeveloped country riding through Chiang Mai, and it's just like, wow, look at this. So it was fun. I enjoyed my first run, but that gets old quickly. So once you get back from that trip, you got another 60 days. You're free. You're free to do whatever you want in Thailand. You want to wrestle with ladyboys? We got it. We got it. It's 40 baht. At the end of that 60-day period, we've been in Thailand now for 5 months. You can extend that again for 1 month for another 1900 baht. So it cost me 1906 for the copies, 6 baht for the photocopies. So now, that's our 6 months, and this is the key to this whole thing. If you take a trip, again, that same Mae Sai trip to the border, and you make it back before your original visa expires, you get another 60 days at the end of that. So it turns a 6-month visa into an 8-month visa. Oh my god, life hack. So that next second visa run to Mae Sai cost me 981 baht. Because I upgraded to first class. I suggest you do that. What did it cost me? An extra 120 baht? That's like $5. And I had my own comfy seat, no seat next to me, feet up on the wall. Like, it was a much better trip. So definitely spring for that. So I did the second border run to Mae Sai and back, and that gave me 8 months. And then I extended again 1 more month. So that is how I got 9 months on my 6-month multiple entry visa for $400 US. 12,670. That's not how you say that. 12,670 baht. That's 515 Canadian. I just convert it to the US dollar now. 70% of my audience is from the US. I was used to convert it to the Canadian dollar, and I was like, no Canadians are watching me. The only one was Simnet, and he left a long time ago. Now I will warn you, this is a nice little life hack if you're gonna go back home after this 9 months. But for me, I got unlucky. After this 9 months, I had to get another visa. And I went to Penang, Malaysia, and they refused my white ass. They were like, no, you've been in Thailand too long. They didn't appreciate it. Even though I did everything within the rules, I just did everything. I came back before it ran out. I got my 9 months. It's like I extended here. I paid for everything. But they're like, nope. So you could get refused if they see that. It's like, wow, you've been in and out a lot of stamps in Thailand without leaving, son. If I was to do this again, I would probably suggest you go home after the 9 months. Just don't play around. Go home and then wait. I don't know if you can get a multiple entry visa every year, probably. I think you can get it every year. So 6 months, wait 12 total before getting the 6 months again. I think that's how it works. Don't quote me on that, but Canadian winters are like 7 months long. So imagine you could leave for 9 of those months, 9 of the 7 months, and just surround yourself with warmness and then come back to Canada when it's summer and nice. And we got berries and cantaloupes and shit. Now I want to talk just a little bit about expenses in Thailand, because once that's up and your cheesy little border runs, because those are so cheap, then you have to actually fly somewhere. I think you can only do a land border crossing twice a year. So you have to fly after that somewhere else. And these start adding up. My first trip with everything, we're talking flights, hotel, all the food while I was there, the visa fees, I ended up spending 585 Canadian dollars on that. So that first trip cost me more than the first 9 months, and I only got 30 days for that trip, and I could extend that for another 2,000 baht. So it was a little crazy, but even with the fees, it's very cheap to live here. So on average, I spend about 1,300 Canadian a month to live here, and that includes everything I do in my life, like rent, visa fees when that happens, food, like good quality food, massages several times a week. Sometimes I take a week off. Sometimes I think one of them dug their knees in my back and dislodged my spine, so I'm a little scared of them right now. But for a while I was doing like 4 of them a week, oil massages, 300 baht each. So it costs about 1,000 US for my lifestyle. And I don't go out entertaining myself. I entertain myself up here. My cheapest month ever was 693 Canadian. I'm guessing that was no visa runs, and no massages, no fun at all. And my most expensive month was 1,600 Canadian. So it fluctuates anywhere. What did I spend last month? $1,000. So, and that's in Hua Hin. They say Hua Hin's more expensive than Chiang Mai. I doubt it. So you can do that pretty much anywhere in Thailand. I moved to Chiang Mai first, and then did my border runs to Mae Sai. But you can do that anywhere. You just have to go by land to the nearest country by bus. Like if I moved here first, I think you still go to Myanmar, but it's just a different part. It's southern Myanmar instead of north. So you just need to cross the border and come back. You don't need to get a visa for the first 6 months. You just have to leave and come back. And then you gotta worry about visas or go home. And it's very cheap to live here in general. And I came here to heal myself, and I just feel so healthy now. It's like I got what I needed. My body's healthier, my mind is healthier. So many people have said their health has improved after moving to Thailand. I don't think I've ever heard somebody say they got sick and died here. Nobody has ever told me they died here, so take that to the bank. So I highly recommend you come down to Thailand for a bit, take a little break, stay 6 to 9 months at least. Get by the ocean if you can. Just beware of those jellyfish. They'll get you. They will get you. I am so paranoid. When I go out into this Thailand ocean, I look every step. I'm doing circumference checks every couple feet. And I was with my buddy the other day, and he's just like kind of swimming backwards into the ocean. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, you're just gonna swim. Like the water's so murky, we couldn't see anything. And he's just like, yeah, this is good. And I'm just thinking, like, you're gonna run right into a jellyfish. And then he freaks out for a second, and I'm like, what happened? He's like, yep, it got me. He got stung by this jellyfish, and I saw it was a tiny red mark, just a tiny little mark on his shoulder. I was like, oh, okay, that's not so bad. I thought they were deadly or something. And then as we made our way to the shore, I couldn't believe his back. His whole back from his neck all the way down was like this deep red. And I was like, that looks painful. That looks extremely painful. He's like, yeah. He was burning. I was like, that's freaked me out now. I don't even want to go in that ocean anymore. It was a baby. It was a baby jellyfish. Just a little one. And it touched me first. But it liked me. It touched me with his head. He was just like, I felt it on my leg. I was like, what was that? And I couldn't see anything. And then it was like 2 seconds later, and then he was like, that's the law of attraction, my friends. I attract not getting stung. Why'd you attract that, Jonathan? Seems like a silly thing to attract. Why'd you do that? But he did it. So I'm not sure why he did that. But maybe he'll post down below why he felt like doing that. So yeah, that's the only negative of Thailand. And the air pollution isn't great, but if you move near the ocean, it's much better. And Chiang Mai is not bad for most of the year. So just move towards the mountains. That is my secret. Get up in those mountains. you'll have a chance at living past 13. So I think we're done here. We're done. Thank you so much for watching the video. Consider giving it a thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you moved to Belgium, stayed 30 days in a little hut that a penguin made, didn't even pay rent to the penguin, and you left your dishes for him to clean. You piece of shit. That's one of the worst things you've ever done. So I wonder how many people have done that. We're gonna find out down below, aren't we? Okay, we're done. Thank you so much for buying a Vegetable Police t-shirt, or a Monkey Strength shirt, or a Kent shirt for some reason. Where is Kent? Wonder if he followed me here. We'll have to see in a later episode of the Vegetable Police Show. Thank you for watching it. Subscribe for more shows, videos. Oh no. See you in the next one.